Hey guys, it's Sam from Practically Posh Life. Welcome back, and today I'm doing a really exciting video. I am actually doing a collaboration with Parenting with Polly. So I will link her channel down below, and we are going to talk about Christmas traditions. So Polly and I came up with 7 questions that we are both going to answer that talks a little bit about our Christmas traditions, how we celebrate Christmas, and a little bit about how we celebrated it growing up and some of the new traditions we've started with our families. So again, it's an exciting video. Be sure to check out Polly's channel. She is a new mom of a beautiful baby girl, and follow her parenting journey and exciting stuff that she's got to share with you about how she celebrates Christmas and how she traditionally celebrated Christmas in Brazil. So it's exciting information, and if you're anything like me, where I like to call it curious, my husband calls it nosy, but I love hearing about other people's lives and some of the things that they do and how they celebrate holidays. So hopefully you enjoyed this little video and get to know a little bit more about me. So without further ado, I will jump into the questions. You may find that I look down at my handy dandy cheat sheet, and it's because my memory is like a sieve. I will not remember these 7 questions, and I can't remember them all. So I will be referencing my cheat sheet throughout the video. Okay, so the first question is, how does your family celebrate Christmas? So my family is somewhat scattered, so we don't have the traditional everybody comes home for Christmas to one central spot. I'm the youngest of 4. My husband is the youngest of 2, but everybody has their own lives and families, so we don't put pressure on siblings and parents to all meet in one spot, because some years it's possible, some years it's not. Last year, I know for my family, we all were together at my parents' house. This year, we will still go to my parents' house only because they live like 10 minutes away from me. But my brother and his family are probably going to stay where they are and stay with my sister-in-law's family, and my sister will probably visit on Christmas as well. So we just kind of ended up, when we were younger, we house hopped. So when we were first married, we spent Christmas Day always at home in the morning, and then we house hopped to the different relatives because we didn't have kids. Now that we have kids, we really don't want to spend the day in the car house hopping. So we tend to pick one spot. We'll visit in the afternoon, but in the morning, that's really kind of sacred time for us in our house, where we stay home and let the kids unwrap their gifts. We have breakfast as a family, and we just kind of let them spend the morning relaxing, and then in the afternoon is when we kind of do a little bit of house hopping, but not the same way we used to before we had kids. What are the most important family traditions? For my husband and I, the most important family tradition is just to be together. We really tried not to create traditions that revolved around things and stuff, because while we have some fun stuff that we do each year, we don't want to have that be the reason that sparks Christmas in our house. For us, it's about family, it's about being together, and wherever we are, whatever the circumstances, as long as we are together for Christmas, and we are celebrating together as a family, and we are just enjoying and spending time together, that is the most important part of the day for us. So there will never be a world, at least I hope not, where my husband and I are ever like working or scattered on Christmas, because it is really important to us that day we are together as a family and focused on each other, and just spending quality time together. So that is the most important tradition for us, is that no matter what we do, where we are together. What does your family eat on Christmas? Well, it probably varies. We always cook a big breakfast Christmas morning, but lunch and dinner varies depending on kind of what house we're at and where we are. If we're visiting my parents, it's somewhat of a potluck. My parents are Jamaican, so there is a lot of like a curry chicken and oxtail and that kind of stuff at my parents' house, but then we will also bring a few dishes. My husband's an excellent cook, so he will make some of the things that everybody loves and bring it to my parents' house. If we are going to his family's house, honestly, we can bring almost nothing, because his family, they have a lot of amazing cooks, and it is still potluck style, and everybody brings the dish that they are known for or best at, and it varies, but it's a lot of comfort food. So that is usually what we have for dinner on Christmas, is just a lot of comfort food, and it just depends on, the cuisine will vary depending on the house that we are at. And then we have a couple of staple dishes that we will make, or my husband will make rather, and bring with us to wherever we go. It's rare that we have Christmas dinner in our own house, because the afternoon and evening is when we usually tend to visit family. What does your community do to celebrate Christmas? So we moved to the area that we live in about 6 or 7 years ago. And it was a change of pace from where we moved from. But one of the nice parts, it's a smaller suburban area. One of the nice parts is for Christmas, they have the local fire station that does a breakfast with Santa. And then they also do a fire truck parade. The first year they did it, I didn't know what was going on. And I thought there was an emergency. And I'm like, oh my gosh, is there a house on fire? Why are all these sirens everywhere? But it's really cool. And now having kids, we go out on the front porch and we watch all the fire trucks go by, and they're decorated, and Santa is on one of the fire trucks. And it's just a really fun parade that they do in the evening. And they actually had it tonight. So it was really great watching the girls who are now old enough to appreciate what's going on and really get excited. And they got to see Santa go by on the fire truck. So that is one of the things that my community does during the Christmas season. What are some traditions that you started or are planning to start that you didn't have when you were growing up? So as I mentioned, my parents were Jamaican, so Christmas in Jamaica, at least from my parents, they didn't have a lot of money. They grew up poor with a lot of siblings, so it was really just about having a big meal together and family and extended family being together. It was not about material things or gifts because they didn't have the money for material things or gifts, so it was really like, let's kill a goat, the whole town gets together, we eat, we party all night, and we have fun. And that was really how they spent Christmas. So when they came to this country, obviously they did made sure we had a Christmas tree and decorated the house and we got presents. But beyond that, they weren't really into like the let's leave reindeer food and let's do the elf on the shelf. I don't even know if the elf on the shelf was around when I was growing up, but we didn't have any of that. So I, being born in this country, have kind of adapted a lot of those traditions in terms of elf on the shelf and really trying to make it magical for our kids. So some of the things that I didn't have growing up that I do now are just kind of the magical little touches to have them kind of feel the magic of the holidays and Santa and all of that stuff. And I don't think my parents did the whole Santa thing. They were like, we don't know what this is. We bought this. So, you know, for me, I want to do that with my girls, and we have been doing that. And that has been a fun tradition that we've started and are going to continue. Favorite Christmas memory from childhood, just being together. My cousins, everybody would come together, and a lot of years it was at our house, and I just remember being up late and getting to run around with my cousins. I remember the men playing dominoes and the women just gossiping and talking, and me and my cousins just running around. And those are really some of the best memories I had, was just laughing and talking and watching my parents laugh and talk all night. And just getting to have fun and see family that you don't see on a regular basis. And it was just a merry time where everybody was happy. It didn't matter what struggles you were going through, what was going on in your personal life. I remember that on Christmas, everybody got together and just was happy, and just everybody just had a good time. And those are the memories that I cherish and really want to recreate for our family and our girls. And something you want your children to remember about Christmas growing up. I want them to remember the time spent with family and some of the small things we did together as a family. So we baked Christmas cookies. This year we're doing a really cool, they're old enough to do this, but we are going to do like the gingerbread house kit. So I got this from Target. So I have 2 of them, and my husband and I are going to do teams, and it's going to be a competition. So we each get a child, and we're going to make the best gingerbread house we can, and we will see who the winner is. But that's a really cool thing that I want to do every year, and I want my kids to remember those little moments, not the stuff. So if, you know, 10, 20 years from now, all they can remember the quantity of gifts they got, then I personally will feel like I failed. They missed the entire point of Christmas, which was being together as a family, giving, salvation, all of those wonderful things. The stuff is an added bonus. I love giving. That's my love language. But I don't want our kids to grow up feeling like that is what Christmas is about. So I want them to remember all of the wonderful memories that we created for them and the values we instilled in them, and hopefully they give back as they are able to when they are, you know, creating families of their own. So that's a little bit about Christmas traditions with me and my family, and a little bit about, hopefully you got a glimpse into how I was raised and how I grew up and my philosophy on some things. So again, hopefully this was helpful. I love videos like this and getting to hear a little bit about each person. And check out some of my holiday videos that I've already done. I've done kind of what I got my kids for Christmas, stocking stuffers, night before Christmas box, and I will also be doing a what I got my kids for Christmas final roundup video, as well as some teacher gifts, different things. So there'll be a couple more videos that I will be uploading before Christmas. Thanks, and have a wonderful day, and be sure to check out Parenting with Polly and see what her questions and what her answers were to some of these questions. Thanks, and have a wonderful day.